Alright, today we're taking a look at Boltz, who won the Solo Cash Cup finals a couple of weeks ago. We're going to take a look at his VODs and see how he did this. Alright, this guy hits him quite hard, so let's see how he plays this fight. So Boltz is weak right now, playing defensive, trying to heal up. Goes for an edit on this guy, but the guy ended up being on the opposite wall, so unfortunately he can't hit a counter shot here. Closes it up, makes space. That's always a good thing to do. When you have a weak wall like that, it's always good just to make space. Give yourself some space to work with. Ooh, I like what he's doing here. You see how he's like phased in the ramp, trying to hit a counter shot on this guy? Doesn't quite manage to get it. But right now, you can see he's not even trying to heal up. He's just going for counter damage, because this guy's basically full health. He has a massive health advantage. So it's best for Boltz to look for some damage so that this guy is forced to go pop heals himself. Otherwise, the guy's just going to keep pressuring Boltz while Boltz can't really heal up. He's doing a good job right now, not being too aggressive, you know. He's just taking his time, making space, just looking for the right time to hit the counter shot. Now, this is a finals lobby, so top 600 players. These aren't bad players that he's fighting. This other guy gets straight in. Boltz doesn't go for a 50-50 there because he's weak. He gets out of the box. This guy follows through. And then right as he turns around, Boltz edits the ramp. Gets a free shot there. And now Boltz actually has the health advantage. Goes up top. This guy has his pickaxe out. And that is an easy kill for Boltz right there. So Boltz has decided to leave the medallion here. The Demon's Dojo medallion isn't really worth taking. Like, it marks you on the map, and it doesn't really do much for you. Just, like, reload your gun or something. So, not worth having yourself marked on the map for that. Cap metal now. It's always good to include some metal in your loot route, as there's not too much of it on this map. You know, you have to go certain places to get it. So, it's always good to have that in your loot path. So even though the zone has pulled very far from where he landed, he's not stuck around on the edge like these guys. He's not too far from zone, you know. He's not having to rotate in late. He got himself ahead early. Now he's in a good position, center zone. And no matter where this next zone pulls, he's going to be inside of it. Good use of the fishing rod here. Just getting himself 6 shieldfish. Definitely good to hold 6 shieldfish in solos. You don't really have to take whites because you can get siphoned from kills. So you can just hold 6 shieldfish. And they're very good because you can pop them really quickly in fights. I'm not too sure about this play. Heads back up to the island. Gets hit really hard here by Muzz. Now Muzz is pressuring him. Ooh, lovely counter shot there. Caught Muzz off guard. Notice how when he got beamed, he just straight away popped those shieldfish, and now he's quite healthy again, and he's able to fight back. Muzz got over aggressive there because he thought the Boltz would still be weak. Didn't realize he had the shieldfish. Great pre-fire there from Muzz. Now Boltz is weak again. But of course, he has those shieldfish. He can just heal straight back up. This was definitely a misplay coming back up onto the island here. Now his loot is so scuffed. This medallion is so OP. You can just get away with so much. Like, look, you couldn't be making rotates like this if you didn't have the coin. Everyone would just be able to see you. Yeah, you see how he's waiting for zone to get right on him before he goes to the next zone. That literally means there's no one behind him. No one that can shoot him in the back here. Or jump in his box or do any weird stuff. Throws the TP high. He's going to pop it in the air. And if you sprint after you've popped it while you're falling, then it makes you invisible while you're falling. Which means you can't really get sprayed from height or anyone else. Yeah, you just can't replicate this playstyle without this coin. Like, if you're doing this without the medallion, you're just dead. Struggling there with the TP. He's looking up at height. Sees that height is in wood. Maybe goes for a chop soon. Ooh, here's a good shot. Manages to find the kill there. Wow, almost dies. Luckily he had the siphon, otherwise I think he would have gone down. I think he's waiting for the guy in backside to come out of zone. He wants that kill. He does need the siphon. He's only 40 white health. Not much shield either. And low mats. Let's slow this down a bit. Watch the final bit of endgame here. Good shot there onto Flixie. He's just sprinting around completely invisible. Another good shot. Flixie goes down. He's going to get the siphon. So he's able to run back and get the heals and the builds. Now down to top 4 players. 2 of them playing heal off. I think the other guy's up on height. Boltz, not the healthiest. Only 70 health. And only a couple of mats. Oh, it looks like all 3 of the other players are playing heal off here. They're all TPing in at the same time. This is hectic. One goes down. Sprinting around Oliver OG. It's a good shot there. 1v1 now against Muzz. Muzz comes down. He just can't see him. He can't hit the shots because he's invisible. Boltz goes up, takes the high ground, and Muzz dies in Storm. So a great win there for Boltz. Some would say it was carried by the medallion. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Alright, on to our next game now. Boltz is once again landing at Demon's Dojo. And he's uncontested again. Wow, that's interesting. For a POI like this, I thought he would be contested more. Alright, just the same as last game. He kills the boss. Gets the mask and the SMG. And he leaves the medallion. It is not worth holding it. Looks like this game the zone is pulling to the right side of the map. Which is good for Boltz because he lands on the right side. He's not going to have to rotate far. And as you can see, he's getting the fish again. Trying to get those 6 shield fish, just like we saw in the last game. So he's just doing the same stuff every game. Landing the same place, getting the same water boon, getting 6 shield fish. This is the key to success. You just do the same thing, have a good game plan, and follow it every single game. Let's see what differs from the last game. Now that he doesn't have the invisibility coin. How's he going to play the end game? He's not going to be able to sprint around as much in the open. He won't be able to get away with as much as last game. Alright, he gets himself into zone here. And positions higher up the mountain, further into zone. He doesn't want to be on this edge here where everyone's going to be. So he gets himself a bit deeper. That gives him zone priority if it pulls anywhere north. Alright, he's pulled a max distance here. Doesn't wait around, he just teleports straight away. And now look at this positioning. Look at him here compared to everyone else who was on the edge where he was. He's now so far ahead of them, has priority to get into this next zone. And he's not going to be held by any of the guys around him because he went straight away as soon as zone pulled. That is what you guys need to start doing in solos. As soon as the zone pulls, just throw your TPs and go early. Alright, looks like he's waiting here. And as you can see, he's just scouting behind him. He's checking to see that everyone behind him has rotated before he throws his TP. This is something he does on nearly every zone. He just waits for everyone behind him to go. I notice how he's looking for a kill before he runs out of mats. Like he's looking for a refresh while he still has some decent mats. That's a good thing to do, especially in solos. You don't want to wait until you've run out of mats because then it's really hard to get a kill. You want to invest these mats that you have to look for those kills. Alright, lands high. Realizes he has the tops above Epic Whale. And instead of just editing down and 50-50ing, he makes an extra box out here to give him space to work from. Then he's able to edit down. Hits a good shot, 100 damage onto Epic Whale. Sprays through. Keeps spraying through. Epic Whale tries to go back up. Boltz just spraying through. He's got that SMG, the mythic SMG. Gets the ramp, and then he has the health advantage, so he can just edit the ramp and take a 50-50. And then he wins the fight. Now he gets a massive refresh from Epic Whale. Also gets the invisibility medallion. That is so big. Alright, he looks up for height here. I think he's trying to TP onto height. Throws his TP. Oh, he's not actually trying to go for height. He's just using it to TP and then rotate with. That's interesting. Gets a couple of kills back here in Storm. It's just so easy to fight people like that when you can sprint around and they just can't see you. I like what he's doing here. He's running around inside of his box while invisible. This is very good. It means anyone looking to jump in his box and try and fight him, they're not going to see him. Then they literally can't see him. They're just going to think it's an empty box. Meanwhile, he's in there running around and completely invisible. That's really smart. And he doesn't even have to worry about stamina or anything because you get infinite stamina while you have this medallion. In 12th zone right now, the final zone. He's still got really good mats. 700 mats. It's very good. Nice piece control here. Can't quite get a shot on that guy though. Lets it go. And because he has those good mats, he's able just to full tap here. He can invest so many mats into this tap. Nice. Gets a good chop on high ground. Back in Storm. Runs around completely invisible here. That high ground player can't do anything. Boltz now took the high ground because of that chop. Drops down. They're all fighting on the low ground. Runs around invisible. Nice. Good heal up here. No point risking it when he's low. Trying to 50-50 on this guy. Just running around invisible. This guy can't see him. And Boltz hits an easy shot right there to win the game. If you guys have learned anything from this VOD review, drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all in my next video.